Hey everybody, I'm Ricky.
I'm Nova.
And if you have arrived in marriage and you are good, then don't watch this. But if you haven't, tune in because we got some good stuff.
Watch it all.
You and me, we got this. Gonna take some practice. Superpower oneness.
Yeah.
We are marriaging.
Wonder Twin Powers activate.
We are marriaging.
Hey, my name is Ricky.
And I'm Nova, and we're marriaging. Really, what is marriaging? Marriaging is really changing the atmosphere and activating your oneness superpower. The purpose of this show really is just to inspire people and give them tips and encouragement. But we're saying if you are having major issues and your marriage house is on fire, then we want you to maybe look at going to counseling. There's a couple resources that we'll put on the bottom of the screen.
This will be maybe some hope for you, but if you are in a place of desperation, then get help.
And I'd say we're here to share our highs, our lows, our ups, our downs, our drama, our truth, all of our positivity and negativity. It's all going to be here.
It's all going to be here. In fact, we intentionally, I don't know if you noticed this last week for those of you that tuned in, but some of the wording was spelled wrong. You know, it said like sponging instead of spouses. And, you know, those are the things that we do intentionally because we don't want to come across perfect.
I mean, that's why we misspell things for sure.
We want to make as many mistakes as possible so you don't put us on a pedestal because, you know, too many people do that, I guess.
But seriously, though, this is not about us having a perfect marriage and telling you to do it like we do it. It is
No.
really about you guys figuring out your superpowers and you guys coming together and activating that together and creating and change the atmosphere in your home. And if you're not married yet, that you'd be able to do all this and prepare yourself for what's to come. In fact, that marriage isn't just about the wedding day. It's not about this destination. It's about a journey. It's about a life. It's not about the day you get married. It's about the journey that you take. It's about the highs and lows and ups and downs and all of that. And we want to have that conversation tonight.
Actually, some of the guys that are tuning in think it's about the day after the wedding day.
They do.
Yeah, well, the night of the wedding.
Oh,
Yeah,
again
right,
with the
they think
sex
that.
and stuff.
You said it. She said sex. For the record, she said sex before I said sex.
Every episode, he's going to say that word. My goodness.
So this idea though, this concept of a destination, babe, I was thinking about. It's like if we were to tell Shiloh, she's our 7-year-old, by the way. We have a 7-year-old and a 19-year-old. So every 12 years, we decided to have a baby.
So you totally want to take our advice and have a 12-year-old babysitter for your newborn.
So awesome.
It's fantastic.
So by the time we get his college paid off, then she's
starting
there.
over.
So if we were to tell Shiloh, our 7-year-old, we wake her up for school on Monday and we say, hey, check it out. We're going to pull you out of school on Friday and we're going to go to Disneyland. What? I mean, can you imagine what her week's going to be like?
I know what my week's going to be like. When are we going to Disneyland? When are we going to Disneyland? That's my week.
Your week and her week is going to be bad because she's going to be every second of every minute of every hour is going to take forever. She's going to see the clock go tick, tick, tick because it's like, when is it going to be Friday? Because all she is fixated on is
the destination of Disneyland. Yeah.
But because I know you, I think what you probably would do is go, hey, we have this awesome place that we're gonna go. It's called Disneyland. But tomorrow we're gonna count how many sleeps we have. We're gonna like save up our money and get Disneyland bucks to buy things. You're gonna make it the journey really, really fun for her.
I mean, I think you will too. But are we doing this? We're not. We're not going to Disneyland.
We can't afford to go to Disneyland.
No. But hypothetically,
the good news is she doesn't even know what Disneyland is.
She's never gonna watch this thing ever.
But the whole idea in marriage is if you get fixated on the location, you're Disneyland, right? You're marrying Disneyland.
Yeah,
which could be what?
Which could be buying a house, having a kid, moving out of your parents' basement.
Maybe one day your Disneyland is the wedding day. We're engaged,
right.
and that's it. And then you miss the whole destination.
The
whole journey, just trying to get to the destination.
I know, like, sometimes I'll tell brides to be, because they're so worried about that wedding day and everything being so perfect and blah. And I'm like, just breathe deep. Like, seriously, you have to. And also remember, you are you're only going to be engaged to this man one time in your life. And so you want to really take that in and go, man, I'm only today waking up, I'm a fiance. And because there's a day that you're no longer the fiance, you're the wife, but enjoying just the idea and the journey of all of that. We did have a marriage Disneyland.
Yeah.
Didn't we? And so after we had Elisha, I had a really hard time when I had him. In fact, I mean, I almost died having him. Had a really, really terrible infection, and it was very, very scary. And I don't think I've ever actually even watched the video of when I had him. Like, it was so traumatizing.
I mean, I was right in there with the big old camcorder. You know, like, what in the world is going on down there? Because she had the C-section, and they were like taking out her organs of her body. And,
oh my goodness.
I mean, what?
Okay, but for anybody who's pregnant and having a baby, it's gonna be
not
awesome.
Gonna be like that.
It's gonna be so perfect.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be great. Enjoy the journey.
So our marriage Disneyland was after we had our son.
Super traumatizing. Blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, you know what? We're finally at a place where, you know, I kind of want a child. And then we kind of like warmed up to this idea, and we had kind of tried, but it didn't happen. And then we're like, you know what? They're so far apart in age. Maybe we felt like really drawn to adoption, and we love adoption. We love the stories that we hear, and we went down that path. And it was a crazy journey, and it was highs and lows, and it was highs and lows for us and for Elisha.
Yeah, really for him.
But you really wanted a daughter. So did I. But I'm like, you're like, we're gonna do this. Give me a girl, you know. And I think that process of getting to where we got our Shiloh was grueling, and it was really hard sometimes.
Yeah. For this whole concept of Disneyland, that was my daughter. I was so wanting that she was it, and if I could just have that girl. And unfortunately, as we went down that road, and even with adoption, we tried foster adopt, and it was like it seemed like there was just so many roadblocks. We almost had a little girl from Haiti, and then after the earthquake, the paperwork was destroyed, and we have to start over. There's all these, I felt like a lot of no's.
There was a lot of no's for us. And
but so for me, I was ready to give up lots. That's the point. The point is, along the I didn't embrace the journey. I just wanted to get to the daughter, which was the Disneyland. And when it was a no after no after no,
and there were a lot of no's.
There was, and essentially, I just didn't even want to hear it anymore, and it became like a point of contention for us.
I think you were mad at me one night when we remember.
Well, I don't know. Apparently, you do.
It is part of the story.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
It's part
of
the
course.
journey.
Yeah.
It's joy in the journey. When there was one child that was kind of like coming our way, we'll just say, and there was like a hard stop, and I had this like kind of like leaping in my spirit where I was like, it's not over. And I remember calling you, okay, so this fell through, but I feel like God spoke to me and told me we are having our girl.
Yeah, I do remember that, and I was really, actually I was kind of mad at you. Like, why would you say that? You know, it just seems like, let's just forget this. And you were still embracing the journey, like the bits and pieces, even the hard, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. You were still embracing the journey, and I was done with the journey. I wanted a girl. I didn't get a girl, so that's it.
I think too, like we had baby showers. We had a room that was like decorated. I mean, we kind of had, and so I would go into the little room and I'd be like, oh, and so I just couldn't let it go. And I couldn't even really go into the room after a while. I was just like, I'm kind of done with this. You ever need more patience? Have you ever prayed, God, give me more patience right now? I have. And honestly, if I would have given the journey a little bit more, if I would have been a little bit more patient in the journey and really actually enjoyed this process, you know, I think that, you know, it would have been easier on you. Because I remember at one point even saying to her, I don't want any, we're good. We have one son, we're good, and I don't even want to talk about kids anymore. And that was kind of lame, because we had both agreed just 6 months earlier, that we were going to pursue another child, and in particular, we wanted a little girl. And if we got a couple because of adoption, that was fine. I've heard many kids, and then I just shut it down. And I didn't really we didn't talk about it and have this great
conversation
But I
and
think
pray.
I knew that your reaction or response, we'll just say, was out of pain.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that happens in marriage too, where
Yes.
at one point someone just has more faith
Yeah.
than the other one, and then you balance. Always me, not at all. No, I think that you know, had empathy for you because I saw you get, as much as I felt crushed, I saw you get crushed. I saw Elisha get crushed by the process, and you know. I think there were moments that you did enjoy the journey. I remember
of course.
I remember you like helping me decorate the room.
Yeah,
and that was really fun.
Yeah.
So those were like really good and strong things that we did together. There are always things that we can do to kind of embrace the moments, but you don't always do it perfectly.
Yeah,
you just don't.
of course. And it's funny when people actually they comment. They'll see some picture that we put up on social media or a little goofy video, and they're like, "You guys are like the perfect people." Where it's like. We gotcha.
We are Instagramming well.
The Disneyland for you is we're gonna have a perfect marriage. Some of you, that's your Disneyland, and that is a Disneyland that doesn't exist. That's not true. But then you're in a fight, and you're like, we're never gonna get there, okay? And you lose heart in your marriage, like I lost heart in our process to add to our family, and that's how we start drifting. So we just want to stop that right now.
What about the people that go, okay, but like just everything is just tough and hard, and it's like, oh, you're telling me to like enjoy the journey?
So there you go. So okay, homework assignment, because we always want to give you at least something practical to go, okay, I listened to this thing, so what, right? So homework assignment. Maybe that's you. Maybe every day is hard. Let's start with something as simple as these. These are very inexpensive. They're sticky notes, right?
I have gotten thousands of these in my life, and they've made a difference. I love you.
They do. Like if so, tomorrow morning you just say this. You have 7 of these, all right? And you take one of them and you say, "You're really sweet," and ... and you put it on her mirror. And all day she's gonna be wondering or him.
You're
like
really
what's
handsome.
the and? Yeah, exactly. And then don't even mention it. Don't say anything about it. And then the next morning when he wakes up, you're funny, and then you write funny and ... and you just keep them going.
I love that, and I feel like you do that. You're just so good at all those creative things. For me, I'm always like, what can I say to you in look in your eyes? But I do feel like I want people, again, it's always about conversation, it's always about communication, but to really even speak the words to each other. I'm going to enjoy my life with you today. Just the challenge to say, I'm choosing to live out this journey with you, and I'm going to look for the awesome thing. And maybe people aren't at the place where they can even do that quite yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you can speak it over them even when they're not there.
We want you to journey this week for 7 days. That's it.
Yeah.
So don't figure everything out. Don't go to sit with your spouse.
Well, you won't, but don't try.
Yeah, don't even try. Just say we have 7 days and we're going to journey together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then next week join us and we'll talk about something else. Kind of goofy, but how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time, right? So.
How do you get a great marriage?
Boom.
One kiss at a time.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Oh.
Ow! Oh, who needs to shave? It hurts.
Hey, we believe that that you can not just survive, but you can actually thrive in marriage, and we're just marrying together.
We're
right?
cheering you on, and we're marrying right along with you.
That's right.
And we're in this together. This is an awesome community. We would love for you guys to start talking to each other. Click, 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 click.
Yep. And
online,
write some questions down
talking
below.
to us, and please, if there's anything that you just kind of want to hear our perspective, we would love to share.
Yeah. So until next week, keep marrying. This is Ricky Nova. Bye.